Winston Churchill is remembered as one of the most influential statesmen of the 20th century. As Prime Minister of the United Kingdom during World War II, his leadership inspired courage and resilience in the face of overwhelming odds. His powerful speeches gave hope to the British people and became a symbol of defiance against tyranny. But Churchill was far more than a politician. He was also a painter, historian, and Nobel Prize-winning author. Known for his sharp wit and iron will, he became a powerful figure on the global stage. After the war, he warned the world about the Iron Curtain, marking the beginning of the Cold War. Today, his legacy endures as a timeless symbol of determination, freedom, and unity in the face of adversity. Franklin Delano Roosevelt, commonly known as FDR, became the longest-serving president in U.S. history. When he took office in 1933, America was devastated by the Great Depression. Through his ambitious New Deal programs, he revived the economy, reformed the financial system, and restored hope for millions of struggling citizens. But Roosevelt's leadership extended beyond domestic recovery. He successfully guided the United States through the immense challenges of World War II. Despite being confined to a wheelchair due to polio, his determination, optimism, and strength never wavered. With his famous words, "The only thing we have to fear is fear itself," he inspired an entire generation. Furthermore, he played a crucial role in the founding of the United Nations, shaping a vision of peace and cooperation that continues to influence the modern world. Joseph Stalin remains one of history's most controversial and powerful leaders. After Lenin's death, he consolidated power and ruled the Soviet Union with an iron fist. His policies of industrialization and collectivization rapidly transformed the Soviet economy, but at a devastating human cost. Millions perished in famines, purges, and forced labor camps. Yet, under Stalin's rule, the Soviet Union emerged as a global superpower, defeating Nazi Germany in World War II and establishing dominance over Eastern Europe. His legacy is deeply conflicted. On one hand, the image of victory and modernization, and on the other, an era of fear, repression, and unimaginable suffering that still shapes how he is remembered today.
Thanks for watching this far. These videos take a lot of effort, so if you're enjoying it, please like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me bring more history to life.
Adolf Hitler is remembered as one of the darkest figures in human history. Rising to power as the leader of Nazi Germany, he launched World War II in 1939 and unleashed destruction on an unprecedented scale. His ideology of racial supremacy fueled the Holocaust, resulting in the systematic murder of 6 million Jews and millions of others. Through powerful speeches and ruthless propaganda, Hitler manipulated an entire nation, leading them into catastrophe. His aggressive expansionism devastated Europe, leaving cities in ruins and countless lives lost. Today, Hitler's legacy stands as a warning of how hatred, totalitarianism, and blind obedience can lead to the greatest atrocities known to humankind. Benito Mussolini is remembered as the founder of fascism and a central figure in early 20th century authoritarianism. Rising to power in Italy in 1922, he proclaimed himself Il Duce, the leader, and established a dictatorship. Mussolini promoted nationalism, militarism, and strict social control through propaganda and repression. Initially admired by many Italians for restoring order, his reckless ambitions and alliance with Adolf Hitler led Italy into disaster during World War II. In 1945, he was captured and executed, marking a violent end to his rule. Mussolini's legacy serves as a reminder of how dangerous authoritarian ideologies can destroy nations from within. Charles de Gaulle is celebrated as one of France's greatest leaders, both in war and politics. During World War II, he organized resistance against Nazi occupation and became the voice of Free France while in exile. His leadership embodied determination, resilience, and unwavering belief in national freedom. After the war, he returned to shape modern France, serving as president and laying the foundation for the Fifth Republic. De Gaulle emphasized national sovereignty and independence in an era dominated by superpowers, ensuring France retained its voice on the global stage. Today, he is remembered as a symbol of resistance, pride, and enduring French identity. Vladimir Lenin stands as the leader of the 1917 October Revolution and the founder of the Soviet Union. His ideology centered on socialism and the dictatorship of the proletariat, aiming to dismantle the old czarist regime and build a society based on workers' power. Lenin was a charismatic speaker, a revolutionary thinker, and a strategist whose ideas spread far beyond Russia, inspiring communist movements across the globe. Yet his rule also involved censorship, violent repression, and harsh control over opposition. Lenin's legacy is deeply complex, seen by some as a champion of equality, and by others as the architect of authoritarian rule that shaped much of the 20th century. Woodrow Wilson, the 28th President of the United States, led the nation through World War I and into a new era of international diplomacy. His 14 Points Plan sought to create a framework for lasting peace, culminating in the establishment of the League of Nations. Though his vision of global cooperation was not fully embraced at home, Wilson became a symbol of idealism and democratic principles on the world stage. Yet his legacy is complicated by domestic controversies, including racial policies that remain heavily criticized. Wilson is remembered as both a visionary for peace and a figure whose contradictions continue to spark debate today. Mustafa Kemal Atatürk is celebrated as the founder and first president of the modern Republic of Turkey. Emerging from the collapse of the Ottoman Empire, he organized the War of Independence and successfully established a sovereign nation. Atatürk implemented sweeping reforms in education, law, women's rights, and secular governance, transforming Turkey into a modern state. His charisma, vision, and dedication to progress made him not only a military hero but also a statesman admired worldwide. Today, Atatürk remains a global symbol of independence, modernization, and the pursuit of national unity. Mao Zedong, the founding father of the People's Republic of China, was one of the most influential leaders of the 20th century. Rising to power in 1949, he transformed China through sweeping social and political campaigns. Mao's embrace of communist ideology mobilized millions, but his policies, such as the Great Leap Forward and the Cultural Revolution, resulted in widespread famine, turmoil, and millions of deaths. Despite this, Mao established China as a powerful nation and a key player on the global stage. His legacy remains highly controversial, remembered both as a revolutionary hero and as the architect of immense suffering and radical change.